Okay, so now we can talk more about the games itself that you brought with you to Lithuania.
Yes, so yeah, we talked already a little bit about this one, the Clockwork Box.
Yeah, okay.
It's one of my favorite box designs.
Yeah.
Here I have Day of the Tentacle, and this was actually my very first box in my collection. This is how my collection started, right here. And I found this game on Queen's Day. And yeah, we have these flea markets in the Netherlands, and this was for €2.50. I found this, so yeah, it was like very cheap. But back then it was like a common price for every big box PC game. So I bought it, and I was so amazed by it because I had played the game for many hours before, but I never saw the box. This was the first time that I was looking at the original box copy. So, and that really made my heart beat faster, and I wanted to see more of these games, and I was very enthusiastic, and I shared it with friends. So a couple of weeks later, a friend of mine called me, and he found these 3 other box PC games for €1 each, and it was Diablo 1, Diablo 2, and Dungeon Keeper. I actually have Diablo 1 here with me.
That's the one you bought back then, yes?
No, this is actually a newer one. The other one is on display at the moment.
Okay.
This is a slightly different version, but it's the art is the same.
And the content is also the same, yeah?
The content is sort of the same, maybe some little differences, but it's all, they're released in a different country. It's not big differences.
Okay.
But as you look, the art is so amazing, and also of the other Diablo box, and Dungeon Keeper is a game that's so close to my heart. I love that game.
Yeah.
I mean, not only can you, like as a Sims game, you can build your own dungeon. You are the evil guy instead of a good person for once. That's like a totally complete different change of gameplay. And you could also look through the eyes of your minions and then walk through your own created dungeon, which it blew my mind, and especially back then it was like a really unique game.
Okay.
So yeah, I love these boxes. This one is also one of my favorite Easter eggs of all time, which I have to show it actually on a laptop maybe, but maybe later.
Okay. And what are the insides of these collections? What is the content?
This is pretty basic actually. So here we have like the CD.
Okay.
And mainly it's a booklet and a catalog. But it's a very nice looking manual.
Yeah. It's almost like
it's not full color, but it's like all the details are in there.
Nice.
Here even artwork.
Yeah.
A warrior. Yeah, but this is so amazing.
So it's almost like limited editions now have the art book. So it's like art book mixed with the information, like.
Kind of like that. And some games are a bit more easy or a bit more simple with their content. I would say this is sort of the average, like the game, a manual, and some kind of paperwork, like maybe a catalog or some other registration card. So yeah, that's a common thing you find very much in these games. But yeah, the box itself, it's like an art piece. You could just put this on the wall and you're like, yeah, that would be amazing. I have too many to put on the wall then. Also you have like these shapes, like weird shaped boxes. This is Spectre VR, and there's actually a couple of these in the series. Okay. But yeah, this is like a very unique shape. I don't even know how to call this shape, but maybe this box has this kind of name.
But you never opened it here, yes?
This one is sealed, yeah.
So you don't know what's inside, actually?
I actually do know, in a way that here's the thing a little bit, that I allow myself to download the game when I bought the original copy. That's a bit how I work. So when I find the original copy, then I allow myself to download it and play it on maybe DOSBox or anything like that.
Okay.
So that's what I mostly do. And then I could keep it in seal, and then I could also display it and play it at the same time, so people could see it and play it. Also in the museum, because it's now all set up in a museum. So people could play the game and look at it at the same time. So that's what I love about it.
Okay.
And then last but not least, and this is my favorite game of all time, and it's actually, it's very hard to tell what game is your favorite, because you can look at box art, you can look at the box design, as you can see, but then there's also story, gameplay, music, characters even. Yeah, it's like, what do you focus on? And I have many favorite games, but of all time, when you mix all those things together, then these are my favorite two games here. Yeah, this is just is my treasure, and my childhood as well. This one is actually Amiga, but the PC version is on display at the moment. So and this one is a different version that I could bring with me. So yeah, I mean, if you have played the games, then the story is so great, and I could, in a way, relate to the main character. Maybe it's a kind of a silly character, but also very naive. But also, he wants something that he tries to achieve, and he does it in a very cute way, actually. And I love that about this whole game, and it is throughout the whole game you find that back, and also the box art here. It's from Steve Purcell.
Yeah,
good like this, and it's so beautiful just to look at these boxes. And they also come with the copyright protection.
Oh.
And that's this wheel here.
Nice.
So when you start the game, you actually see these faces. And it's called the Dial a Pirate wheel. So you're dialing a pirate, and when you have the right image there, then you see a number. And when you have this number, maybe I could put it up like this. So you see dial a pirate. When you have the number, you can type that in, and then it would start the game. So
amazing.
This is really cool, and games today, they don't really come with these kind of things anymore.
That's nice. That's one of a kind, or does other games have that too? First time I
no, other games have
something.
that too. This one has a 2, for example, but this is of course part 2.
Yeah.
This is the Mix and Mojo. They have some ingredients, and you have to like the same concept.
Yeah.
But this concept is actually also used in other games as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Monkey Island was the first game to use the Dial a Pirate wheel. But yeah, sometimes they're very creative with their copy protection, and I love these things about the game. And just nice. Look at this. I mean,
how many?
11, disc 11. So just imagine that one of these discs doesn't work, right?
Yeah.
and I would assume that this happened a lot to many people.
The 11th, when you need to see the ending.
Exactly. Yeah, and you had to install them one by one at first, and then it is on your computer. So it's not that you can miss the ending. So if you have the game, you have the entire game.
Okay.
But nice. Yeah, it would take a lot of time to install this game. And later you had the CD-ROM version. So this comes with the discs, but apparently there's a jewel case in here as well. It's probably not originally from here. So I think it's added later. Must be on the label. Yeah, so it's the Amiga. It's actually the IBM PC discs instead of the Amiga discs.
Nice.
And that's actually another funny story about Monkey Island 1. As you can see on the back, there's this dog here.
Yes.
And this dog is like it's like a zoomed in image, like a close-up of the dog.
Yeah.
But every image had like a few kilobytes of storage was needed for these images. And this dog was actually cut from the game to make it fit on the discs. So you can't find this dog on the game itself. But what is very nice, they made a remake of this game, which you can play right now on modern PCs, and they added the dog there. So that's very nice.